Astrapak specializes in plastic packaging, both flexibles and rigids. It has a market cap of 865 million rand, a price to earnings ratio of 26 and a dividend yield of 4.13%. So Astrapak, smaller out of the two that we have just spoken about. Paul, it came out with a trading update earlier. That was in April. It sees fully diluted headline earnings per share down 66%. So a lot of pressure coming through for Astrapak.
Yeah, so just to take your comment first, we're talking Nampak 17 billion or 18 billion market cap, down to 3 billion for Impact. Now we're talking about a company that has got, sort of 500, 600 million market cap, so a lot smaller, mostly focused on plastics. So flexibles are like cellophanes and things like that stuff gets wrapped up in. And the rigids, of course, are, like plastic containers like for nail polish and the likes. These are different markets, and the companies have to be quite careful about where they focus, because obviously different production lines have different machine-related requirements and so on. This is an interesting one. It's significantly held by a couple of key investment players. So Lareco Metier, which Lareco is an empowerment group. It's got a significant holding in it from Royal Bafokeng. So I don't know how that arose. And the traded liquidity in the market is rather low, about sort of 16,000 rands a day. So that's basically pitiful. So it's really small, not a lot going on. And as you say, the recent earnings indications, that trading update read like a sort of long grumble list of all of the things. Labor, markets, everybody
oil
complaining.
Price, volatile rand. Your thoughts on Astrapak?
So oil is not well in the packaging sector, and this is one example. The thing about Astrapak is that, like Paul said, they're very focused in the plastic side. What I like about companies like Nampak and Impact is that they have some diversification in terms of where they focus. If something moves to paper, paper's better, sometimes plastic's better. But if you're just focused in plastics, then if something hits that market, like a huge oil price run and you can't control those input costs, it's going to hurt you. Some things to keep in mind is that the industry did experience a strike. I think it was in July, August last year. So there are some one-offs from that. But what you can see from the interim results is that volumes are down and they cannot pass their prices on. So you've got your cost of sales going through the roof, and that's basically totally squeezing your GP margin, and then your OPEX wipes off what's left of that. They did mention that there's an issue in supply of polymers in the market, which is one of the main costs that actually go into the manufacture of their product. The issue with that is if you're worried about supply, if you're worried about scarcity of supply, you'll load up on stock maybe when the price is high, and then price starts coming down and you've got this massive stock that you ordinarily wouldn't have, but you bought because you were scared that you wouldn't get stock, and now you're putting it into your product at this massive height, and your customers are saying, but hold on, the actual price is coming off, and you basically get squeezed on that side as well.
Losing out.
So I think they're taking a lot of strain.
Taking a lot of strain. Paul, you did touch on the liquidity of the stock at this price.
Sort of drifting away. There's another thing just to put on the list is that they have some senior management personnel changes. So the previous CEO had long been established with the company. Now the CFO, Manley Diedloff, has assumed the role of, I think, acting CEO or CEO. He was the chief financial officer before. So again, just sending out the wrong kind of signals in a tough environment. I don't know, there's not a lot to get excited about. You'll have to wait and see, or maybe get close to management to see if there's a turnaround in the offing.
Not hot.
Not hot, sorry.
Not hot for you, Paul. Hot or not on Astrapak, Daniel?
I'd say that rigids is doing okay. Flexibles is taking a bath. These guys are taking a lot of strain. It doesn't look like the pain's ending, so I'd say not.
So not hot on Astrapak, so a lot of pain coming through there.